Hello guys, how are you? I'm Jordi. Second stream of this setup and sit down convention. I'm joined here by Álvaro that you've met earlier. Say hi,
How are you?
Álvaro. And by Alex. Hello Alex, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you. Nice to be here.
So we're here for the unveil of the Kickstarter page for the upcoming campaign of Peak Oil Profiteer. The people who are watching the stream can see it here on one of the screens that we're sharing. So Alex, you're our campaign manager for Peak Oil Profiteer. Can you tell us a bit about yourself? Introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm English, as you can hear, and but I grew up in the Netherlands, in The Hague, and this is my first time working on a board game. But I'm originally from a theatre background, although I have run multiple game nights for 3 years, actually, in London, introducing new people to games, and I've also worked with at-reach children, bringing board games to them. So I have worked a little bit, but this is my first time on a Kickstarter. I'm very excited.
And how is the speeding so far? How is it going for you?
It's really really exciting. I just heard myself there, but I think it's gone now. Yeah, really exciting. It's looking good. I'm really happy to be unveiling today and getting as much feedback as we can from all of our previous and future and new backers in the Kickstarter preview page that we have to show you here today.
Okay, cool. Álvaro, do you want to say something to the viewers before we delve into this wonderful Kickstarter page?
Well, I think Alex has done a great job together with Oliver, who is watching us, I think. Oliver is our graphic designer, and together they have done an amazing job in the last weeks to have, I think, a very nice campaign with interesting value for what it's offered, and with I think meaty stretch goals. So I just let Alex introduce you to the campaign.
Okay, cool. So give me 1 second to switch here over the Alex that is sharing the screen with the Kickstarter campaign. And okay, Alex, all over to you. So what can you tell us? Guide us through the Kickstarter page.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through from the top down to the bottom, and if you two want to jump in at any moment, or if I miss something important, please stop me. But yeah, here we have the Kickstarter preview of Peak Oil Profiteer, which is the sequel in the Peak Oil series of games, which started 4 years ago with Peak Oil in 2017. Very successful campaign, and really we've had a lot of fun with that game. Continued with the same art direction by Heiko with New Corp Order, and now here we are with Peak Oil Profiteer. So this at the very top here, you see we have a wonderful image which has been created by Oliver, but we will obviously have a nice video, and we still have to reveal the artwork for the game by Heiko for the box cover. And yeah, do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, go on. Just let me say to the viewers one thing, that tomorrow we will having a question and answer stream, and also a making of stream for Peak Oil Profiteer, and maybe we will be able to unveil the box, so that's something that we're looking forward to.
That's brilliant. We've obviously been treated to the previews of that ourselves, and it does look very exciting, doesn't it? Wonderful. So yes, we have here a tactical board game for 1 to 5 players. Do whatever it takes to keep the oil and money flowing in your direction. So it's a game that is you've got to think on your feet. You'll see you have to play cards simultaneously. You'll be blackmailing. You'll be spreading your influence across the board, and generally just trying to outwit your competitors is the general idea of the game. And as we go down here, you see the beginning of our story. Again, lovely artwork by Oliver here. We've got a tactical board game, second guess your competitors, blackmail, sell weapons, keep the oil and money flowing. It's for 1 to 5 players. It's got an age rating of 16 plus because the themes are a little mature, but they're tongue in cheek and quite fun. And the playtime can be 30 to 60 players, 60 minutes. It depends on player count a little bit as well, of whether it's going to be closer to the 60 minutes or 30 minutes. Is that right? Are we still, I'm correct there? Yes, good.
Yeah, I think so. It depends, as you were saying, mainly on the player count. Okay, but yeah, we've been doing some tests and some developments lately to reduce it a little bit so that you get the full experience, but without being overly long, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll see dotted throughout the theme of our campaign, we have the 3 factions that are written there just under the art by Heiko. These are 3 factions in the game of this nation that you are vying for the rights to oil fields, to sell those drilling rights, make lots of money. But the control of these regions is passing between the hands of the government, the URF-MF, and the National Liberation Front, which I've learned off the top of my head, I promise you. These are not controlled by any of the players, but their leaders. You can influence their leaders, and this will give you tactical advantages and allow you to swoop in there and steal some money from your opponents throughout the game, as well as other lovely and horrible things for them. So you'll see that we've taken that theme throughout the campaigns, beginning with the free press. Unpaid previewers, the free press, it really is. We've been starting to receive some fantastic comments coming in from people that have been playing the game. We've got more coming in already. And here we're maybe going to have it animated, or we might have them more dotted out throughout the campaign. I like this one. Lubrication of the brain cogs is a requirement. This is a tactical game. It's a quick game to pick up and play, but it's you don't want to get lost in your own just what you're doing. If you neglect what's happening around you and what the state of the board was, now versus last minute, you're going to be left behind. So
yeah, it's definitely not a multiplayer solitaire type of game. No?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely not.
Sorry, and Alex, I wanted just to remind the audience that here we have a quote from Board Game House that they already played the game, they really liked it, and I think it's in approximately 2 hours time. They will be doing a live stream, like a playthrough of the game on their Twitch channel. So guys, if you want to, you don't want to take our word for it that the game is great, just go to their to their stream and see how they play the game. And back to you, Alex. Thank you.
I wanted to add that Alex had a very funny idea, which is asking those who play the game to rate the game in oil barrels between 0 and 5.
Yeah.
And this is like the rating we get for this game. It's in oil barrels. Maybe they are full of oil. Maybe they are full of money. You never know.
Yeah.
And we're very, very, very happy with the feedback we're getting. Very, very happy. We have also feedback from 2 reviewers from Spain, Jordi. You don't know yet, I think. And their feedback was also very, very good. So keep it up.
Yeah, it's been really fantastic to see it being received so well. I think that's been the main thing. And yeah, we're hoping that momentum continues as we'll continue to add them on here. You'll see in the preview, we have some elements where there's still more things to be revealed. So, for example, at the top of this, we have stretch goals, and I will explain more about them later. But here, near the top of the preview page, at the top of the Kickstarter page, you'll be seeing images of these stretch goals as we release them, as well as updates on some social media goals, which we will get to as we continue through here. So yeah, here's the actual copy. The first time we see the copy for the game, I'll read it out. Peak Oil Profiteer, a standalone sequel set in the Peak Oil universe. As a top oil executive, you're sent to a war-torn nation with a lot of oil, but no one to help sell it. As control of these oil fields passes between the hands of the so-called government, the National Liberation Front, and the guerrilla militia, you'll have to ensure you're in the right place at the right time with the right faction leader in your pocket to profit. I say proudly as the person who did not absolutely write that copy. And then we move on to what's in the box. So we're going to include a little bit more information in the actual Kickstarter launch of some of the material quality. We've got some very exciting quality of the material that we're floating at the moment. We're just securing that, I think, with the manufacturer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, lots of exciting elements in this game, as you'll see. These are the first reveals of these items, and we're quite excited about the money. We are going with fake paper money, but it feels real. It feels like the paper money in a game that you always wish you had.
Yeah. Well,
And,
we're making it like this was very important since the beginning and very important to the authors because obviously, well, we haven't explained this, but the goal of the game is to be the player with the most money. So it's really very, very important that the component matches this importance in the game. So we will deliver on that.
yeah, fantastic.
Actually, the authors sent us, they conducted like a research in board games that have money. They bought lots of them and they just sent us like the bills that they liked. And we've been struggling going to one factory to another to see if they can do something like that. I think it's like the coolest thing in the game to touch and to feel, and it's
Yeah.
basically your points,
Yep.
it's you pay with money, you gain money, and at the end of the game, when corruption reaches 100%, the player with the most money is the winner. So it's the main thing in the game.
Yeah, and they're very tactile. They feel fantastic. From what I've felt the kind of prototype version of them, and they're feeling really good. Okay, and then we have the cylinders here and cubes. The cubes are they are used as a sort of stock market manipulation, I guess, because they set the amount of price of weapons, of bribing the leaders, but they also double up as units on the map. So you take it from the side of the board, which would be if I go back up over here. You can see my mouse. So they sit here, and as you sell weapons to factions, they will start to come into the board themselves and spread as military troops and fight each other, and that affects the price. So the more troops that you have out, that a faction has out, the more expensive or cheaper it becomes to take certain actions with that faction, depending on what they need at that moment in time. Okay, and then we move down. We're going to have a how to play with animated graphics.
Yep.
It's going to be fantastic. It is not here yet, but it will be very soon.
We're working on that.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it streamlined and simple, and really make it pop. And we've got some very exciting. I've seen some of the previews, and it looks great. So we're excited to share that with you. And then we have try it out. This is the most important thing for us at the moment, really, is that you can play it already on Tabletopia. You can play it, we've got obviously the rules, but also the solo rules. So you can already play a solo variant of the game. And we're really looking for anyone to leave feedback, become fans of the Facebook page. This will help, again, some of those social media goals that I've alluded to that we will talk about.
Sorry, there was maybe an oil truck, I don't know, somebody coming here, very weird. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, and I believe we're going to be demoing the game throughout the weekend already on this at Orshucks, aren't we, on Tabletopia? So how do people sign up for that?
They just have to go to our Discord, or like there's the big Discord channel for the convention, and then if you scroll down in the channels, you'll find the, let's say, the Two Tomatoes channel there, and there's one text channel where you can sign up for the demos there. So very easy, just go there to the Discord and you will find all the information that you need and how to sign up for the demos.
Fantastic. Why back this game? We have many reasons to back this game, but we've selected these 5. We think it's as keeping in line with the previous games in the series. It's slick and it's compact. It's got a fantastic graphic design. It's got a wonderful, obviously, we believe, mechanical design as well, by Tobias and Heiko. And we really hope you're going to like it. I've written it's going to make you you're going to sigh blissfully when you play. Well, and hopefully you make your opponents groan in sheer despair. It's quick to teach, as I've mentioned, and but it's deep and strategical and interactive. So, like we've alluded to as well, it's the oil industry is a pool of water filled with sharks, and they will be sniffing the blood of your money, bite out of your pockets.
Completely.
And then community-led. This has come about because of interest and demand from fans who have asked for the next installment in the Peak Oil series. And maybe it's actually better for one of you to explain the connection between Peak Oil, the action from Peak Oil, and how this game came about, briefly. Or
Álvaro, do you want to share your insights?
Yeah, why not? So we're big fans of Peak Oil since we tried it many years ago at Essen. Let's say Essen 2014 or 15, I don't know. And
I think it was 15, I think.
And so we after the publishing of Peak Oil, people liked it. We liked a lot the theme. We wanted to build on the theme and go to other like industries. That's why we did New Corp Order. But these Heiko and Tobias they're funny, they're crazy, and they came out with with a box. They said, "Yeah, you have a Zoom here in Peak Oil," and we said, "What?" So we opened the box and they began to show us. And in the beginning, we said, "Well, this is very different to Peak Oil because the mechanics are completely different." But the taste it takes, it's more or less the same. It's like more or less the same experience, I'd say, in a shorter period of time. I think because Peak Oil could last with 5 players till 90 minutes or so. This lasts like 60 minutes maximum. And Jordi, what do you think?
Well, I completely agree that while the mechanics are widely different from Peak Oil, the play experience is similar in some aspects because, well, there's a lot of, maybe people don't like saying it like this, but there's a lot of a lot of player interaction, okay? And you also have to think ahead, 1 or 2 turns, exactly the same as with Peak Oil. And well, as Álvaro was saying, it's just one of the actions that you can do on Peak Oil, well, 2 of them, which were drill and sip oil. This is what Peak Oil Profiteer is all about. No? You're going to try to get the rights to drill in the oil fields of this country and then try to take out the oil and sell it so you gain a lot of money, okay? But obviously there's other things in the game because, as we were saying, there's 3 different warring factions. You have to become friends with the leaders of those factions to make your life easier. But then also has another interesting point in common with both Peak Oil and New Corp Order in the form of the consultants. Okay, there's these guys that we know from Peak Oil and New Corp Order, and they will come slightly changed, okay, but we still recognize them. And as with, well, it was not the same case in New Corp Order, but here, as in Peak Oil, each consultant is unique with a completely different power, and they basically let you cheat, let you break the rules of the game, and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, fantastic. And as well as that, the community have been helping in shaping the game. We've been listening to a lot of the feedback from some of the early playtesting. That's still going in with tiny little tweaks here and there. And throughout the campaign as well, we want to run kind of polls and competitions where we ask certain design elements, certain choices, or even between one or two stretch goals that we have at a certain level, what you want and what you want to see. So we're not revealing too much information about that at this stage, but we have a lot of things in motion, and we're excited to share that with you and keep you involved. Again, more on that when we get to the social media goals. It feels like I should have put it at the top for how much I'm alluding to it. Go it alone. We haven't created the graphics for this yet, but the solo and two-player experience are important to us. It's been the designers have put a lot of thought into creating a solo and two-player experience that shares a lot of the sensation of playing the full game, but has its own unique mechanics as well. And actually, on the cards that the action cards that you play, that each player has, at the bottom of them there are logos that are only used in the solo game. So yeah, varying difficulty, and it also has its own stretch goal. We want to support. We've been listening to the solo community, and it will have its own sort of player guide, basically, and cheat sheet separate, so that you can use that and look at that. You don't have to go scrolling through the main rule book. So we're hoping to unlock that early on in the campaign as well. So that's why I've included it here, as opposed to just saying we will insert it later, as I have with some of the other sections, such as the pledge level section and the add-on section. These are going to look fantastic. We've got lots. You can jump back into the old catalog for some of the games that we have, and we also have a very exciting add-on that we are not revealing yet, I don't believe. But it's the first time we've got it included, and we can't wait to share that with you. But we'll go through the pledge levels in a minute anyway, because they are on there further up. So stretch goals. We're releasing a few at a time, but we are keeping, again, some cards close to our chest. But we will reveal this first secret stretch goal and the fourth secret stretch goal very early on in the campaign as well. The cash grab expansion we're quite excited about. I've been looking over the rules as well that they've sent for this. It includes. Are we allowed to say before I go in and say what it is? Are we revealing the cash grab expansion?
I think it was posted at some point in the rules that were uploaded in Tabletopia, right, Jordi?
Okay.
I think so, but I think that I would leave that for the campaign. Let's leave, we've talked about it a little bit, and we can talk maybe later.
Yeah, very good, very good. But I have read in detail what it is, and it's maybe I'm most excited actually for that one, I think. We've mentioned this, a solo play guide and cheat sheet. We're really excited, and we hope that we hit that. And then another secret stretch goal here. Who knows what it could be? And then the big one, the first big one, is the alternate map. More ways to play, more experiences. It's a different kind of flow on this map. I've tried it out already, and we really hope that we can get to the point where we can include that.
Yep.
Does anyone want to mention any more stretch goals that are coming soon? Not as in what they are, but how excited are you for them?
Well, I'm really excited about the alternate map, because that, as you were saying, Alex, it really changes the gameplay, while not being, it doesn't introduce like any new rules or anything wildly different. Just by using a different map, really the experience changes quite a lot, and it's a nice change, because when you've already played with the normal map a lot of games like we have done, it's always nice to have a different experience without changing the rules. That's very cool.
In my opinion, I like the alternate map, and I agree with what you say, but I kind of prefer the cash grab expansion for what it brings to the game, and the theme actually it's pretty good. It's yeah, related to our company and to our games, and that's all I can say. I think, right, Alex?
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, the alternate map's great. It has different choke points. I think that's why it feels slightly different
Yeah.
as well. Different choke, different. There's different priorities, I guess, that or things that are highlighted of what you might be gunning for against your component, your opponents, which is interesting. Yeah, more coming soon on that for sure. So here we go. Finally, we can talk about it. Boosting the shares. So we debated a lot about this because we really want to get this out into the we want as many people who might be interested in supporting the game to see this Kickstarter campaign, but we know that that's only going to happen from backers, people that already have supported the series and are going to continue to support the series, and anyone new who's now coming across Peak Oil Profiteer. So we thought these social media goals need to we need to reward the people who are helping us to get this out to as many people as possible. So every time we hit one of these targets, which we have a Facebook group, the BGG fans of the BGG page, the Board Game Geek page of Peak Oil Profiteer, and then some competitions, like I mentioned earlier, where the community-led competitions. Every time we hit a certain number on these, we are going to lower the next stretch goal by €100. I can also tell you right now that we're actually already running these, and when we hit these, if we hit these before the campaign launches, we're going to start lowering the what's it called?
Funding goal.
Thank you, funding goal. The funding goal. Thank you. So we're going to be already, if we hit these before the campaign starts, we're going to be lowering that initial funding goal as well. So what are these social media goals? They are 250 Peak Oil community group members. And I'm going to show you, we've created recently here the Peak Oil series Facebook group, which we're so excited for. It's a place to meet other profiteers, set up and arrange maybe Tabletopia games or in-person games one day. Who can believe that? And to share variants, and also a lot of the competitions will be kind of entrants will be we'll be asking people to enter the competition via the Facebook social media group here as well. So we currently have 80 members, and considering that we set it up last week, I think that's pretty good, 80 members in a week. But we're hoping once we hit 250 members, boom, we're going to start lowering the social media stretch goals. And there may even be little bonus rewards to some of these as the campaign progresses as well, on top, additional to lowering the social media stretch goals. We're looking for 50 fans of the game or people just to leave a rating and comment about the game. It's really important to get the feedback, but also it brings more attention to the campaign and the game the more that people are responding to it on BGG. I'm right in thinking that, I believe. And then unique competition entrants. This is not running yet, but it, we have one running already. Actually, we do have one running. Sorry. we have a competition running at the moment for anyone who leaves a comment about the game in BGG. We will be doing a pool at the end of this week, and a lucky winner can win one game from the Peak Oil series. If you already have all three of them, we can discuss an alternative to that. And we also have another competition for our Facebook group, which is there is a secret on the original Peak Oil game that we're wondering if anyone has found it, because we're hoping to include something similar in Peak Oil Profiteer. And we're just asking, if you find it, to post your favorite quote, which will make sense once you find it, into our Peak Oil series Facebook group. And again, we'll be drawing a winner from amongst those entrants. Anyone have anything else to add on the social media? Have I forgotten anything?
No, I don't think so.
No, of course not. That's everything. That's everything. So yeah, we're really excited about that, and we will have a running total once the campaign is active. We're going to have a running total of those right at the top of the campaign. So if you want to know where we are at any point, you just jump onto the campaign and you'll see it there. and we'll be supporting all of these through our social media channels as well. And then we move on to shipping, which we have here, and you can see. We've been we're aware at the moment during COVID that shipping prices have risen, and so our prices here reflect that, I believe. We hope that things will improve, but we have to state basically that this is something that it can change. Is that correct?
Well,
Yeah, basically, like in the rest of our Kickstarters, there's part of the shipment that is supported by us because, yeah, sending to the US it's not 10 euros, or sending to France it's not 10 euros. But we're supporting part of the shipment cost because it's pretty expensive. Yeah, that's what we do. We put aside part of each pledge to cover, yeah, this shipment. Given that the situation now it's quite
it's really crazy.
yeah, it's
Really
really
crazy.
crazy, and that there are rewards that may be packed very differently than usually. We prefer to do handle the shipment in the pledge manager, and charge for that once we have the games almost ready to be sent, so that we also can space a little bit the payment that backers have to do to get the game.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then we have about the team. So above this, we will have information about the project timeline, and we will also have an image gallery showing off the game being played. And then here we have about the team. All of us kind of fun poses, I think. And the briefing is that we're sort of at a press release conference, I guess, for these conglomerates, these nameless conglomerates that we have in the game. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and you can see quite a few people are involved in bringing this thing to life, from the side of Two Tomatoes, and obviously all of you, the real people who are actually bringing the game to life. So I think it would be good now to talk about the rewards, because we do have some really exciting rewards. So let me scroll back all the way up here.
And also this is going to tie in nicely, sorry guys, with Alex, what you were saying before, that the game is community led, because as is the tradition with the games in the Peak Oil series, you will find that there's some very interesting rewards that enable you to leave your mark on the game, as Alex is going to tell us.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you remember, Jordi, but after one of the last crowdfunding campaigns, we asked our backers, previous and from that campaign, what did they thought about the campaign, either if they backed or not. And quite a lot of them told us, do the next Peak Oil thing. So it was like pretty obvious that, and it came along at the same time as Hey Contobayas threw us this box with this zoom in Peak Oil, so it was like fantastic timing. And since then, well, we've been working on bringing this idea and this prototype to become a real game, a real product. And I think with your help, we'll get there.
Well said. So we start with the initial cost of the game here. A pledge of, it's all in euros, 30 euros or more. Get your hands dirty with Peak Oil Profiteer, and everything that comes with that, everything that we unlock in the campaign included, all the stretch goals, of which I promise there are very good ones. We've really worked to make sure that the stretch goals that we have planned for this game, that they've been carefully budgeted, built into it, that they can become a reality, that they're not going to overblow the budget or anything like that. We have a couple of options to go this or this, which we will ask you, but beyond that, it's very, very well planned out, and we hope we hit them because we think it's a great product to begin with. I mean, it's a fantastic game, but there's room if it has enough swell to make it even more exciting as well. So 30 euros will get you all of that. The board member pledge for 65 euros or more. This is for people who are maybe just jumping onto the series now and want to make the whole collection look as good as it does. Behind Jordi there, I think I can see two of them aligned next to each other. There'll be a third one, a third one placed nicely alongside it as well. And or you can have them presented as Álvaro does, which I think is nice because it shows off the artwork even better. So that's this pledge will get you the Peak Oil Profiteer, Peak Oil, the original, and with the spillover expansion that came out a little bit after, followed the original Peak Oil. And it's both of these are going to be cheaper here, aren't they, than if it goes to retail? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm being cautious with my words, but yes, it's cheaper. It's a saving for sure. Now, the bigger pledges, the bigger rewards, the limited rewards. For 250 euros here, we have the Treasurer Award, which is your name and signature on one of 5 note denominations. So this is, and of course you will also receive a copy of Peak Oil Profiteer. I believe we have a nice element that will be signed, and you'll also receive a patron thanks in our rulebook and on the web page. And what this is, there are 5 of these. Is one of the bills in the game, 1, 5, 10, the normal denominations. It will be your name, your signature, subject to obviously approval that we can't have anything.
Yes. Mr. Pops is not allowed. That we rule out.
Exactly, yeah. So we're really excited about that. That's the kind of new thing that we are offering in this campaign. Do you want to add anything to that, guys? Have I missed anything?
What? So, Álvaro, you want to go? Oh, okay. So, well, as I was saying, in previous games, we had the option to, customize the certain elements of the game with what you decided, be it a company or so. And in this case, since as we were saying, a very important element of the game are the bills. We open these 5 rewards, one for each denomination, and you get to put your name and your signature, which is quite cool, I think.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, and then the big cheese, the big CEO pledge here. You can become a founder of one of the 5 companies in the game, and these companies are assigned to a player. So every player at the start of the game will choose their color, their sort of cylinder, oil barrel tokens, I guess they are, the cylinder tokens, and a company. And this is very prevalent throughout the game. So you have the player themselves, you have it on the back of the event cards that comes up, and consultant cards. That's an integral part of the game. It actually breaks the ties and the order of which actions you're taking each game. So you're playing cards at the same time, and if you choose the same action as someone else, who goes first, which is extremely important in this game, is broken by that round's order of the companies. So yeah, we've the founder, the big cheese. There are 5 of these, and you get to again name one of the companies in the game, which we found was probably the most anticipated, and most people were the most excited for this similar pledge in previous editions, previous games as well. So we're really excited to bring that back, and on top of that, you get basically everything, all the games. Got, I think, New Corp, Peak Oil Profiteer, Peak Oil, stretch goals, and we give you a benefactor thanks, even better than patron thanks, in the rulebook and the web page. And we can also have it something signed as well from the designers there for you. But I think with both of the big cheese, the treasurer pledge, as well as of course being awesome in and of themselves, we recognize that's why we have the thanks. We recognize that this is for people that are supporting indie games and supporting this work and the Peak Oil series. So massive thanks to anyone who collects that. But yeah, we hope they run out fast. So get your skates on. Get your skates on.
Yeah, sorry, just to mention that usually in the past for the 2 other campaigns, they've gone out real fast. So guys, you will, if you want it, like make sure that you're there like on the first opening hours, because otherwise, usually at least from what the experience tells us is that they go really fast.
Yeah. So that is our Kickstarter preview page. I will also say that this header here will change. We have some very exciting art hopefully coming there, and that's all I can say on that really now, but it's going to look absolutely fantastic, even more so than it does already, thanks to Oliver's wonderful designs here that he's created for us throughout the campaign. So we're really excited. As soon as it launches, we hope that you get behind it, because obviously those first hours are so important, so vital in the lifespan of a Kickstarter campaign and making a game happen. So yeah, we hope you're excited, and we want to hear any feedback that you have at this stage will be really appreciated as well. Is that right?
Yeah. And also, well, you know that they can go to our website or to donate us. If you're excited for the launch, there's I just want to remind you guys that there's the anticipation list there. If you sign up, you will get notified when we go live, and I think they're also getting a goodie just by signing up.
Yes. So thank you very much for that. Yes, please, sign up for the Kickstarter sort of landing page, I guess you call it, which we have in the Discord link here at War Shucks, if you want to go and do that now. And yeah, for everyone that signs up, regardless of backing the game, you will receive a Peak Oil series micro badge for Board Game Geek, which is a oil drum and looks fantastic. You can have it, wear it proudly next to your profile. And yeah, we'll be in touch with people to get them that to show their support for us. If you sign up, all you have to do is just drop your mailing, your email, and then you'll receive regular updates ahead of the launch of the campaign.
Okay, guys. So I don't know if you want to add anything else to this stream, or I think that thanks a lot, Alex, for going through and explaining everything for the audience here. I think that it was very informative. I don't know if we get more, well, if we got asked questions on Discord, we'll pass them to you, or we will answer them ourselves. Yeah. But yeah, we're really excited and really stoked for this upcoming campaign. It looks really good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So guys, something else, or we call it, we wrap it up? Álvaro, Alex?
We can wrap it up, I think. Again, we're super excited with this campaign. We'll be unveiling new stuff. Among others, well, there's the boss of the game, and many things that Alex has been thinking on. And there are lots of surprises that we have from now till the moment that we launch, which is for the moment not clear.
Yeah.
But it will be in the next weeks.
Well, if they want to know when we're launching, they will have to sign up in the anticipation list.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's the thing, really, is sign up to the anticipation list, and if you want to jump on Tabletopia, play it, and then leave us a comment on the Board Game Geek page or become a fan. That would be
yeah. Or
we
also,
have,
I think
we
that
have a survey running in Tabletopia, I think, where if you play the game, we highly appreciate your feedback, and we have a survey there where you can leave your comments, your opinion on the game, what you thought about it, what did you like, what did you dislike, how can we improve it, and because as said in several times during this stream, this is really a game that has been requested by the community, and the more input we get to build the better product it will be, I think.
Yeah, and also if you're more like a user of BGG, the game obviously is on BGG. So if you want to leave us your comments there, we always read all the comments. So that will be very nice too. And also remembering, I just wanted to remind the viewers that look, we have another bot coming to our stream, offering us to become famous by buying followers and viewers. So
We'll do tomorrow.
tomorrow. No, I just wanted to remind people that like more or less in 1 hour the stream, the playthrough of Board Game House will be live. So head over to their Twitch, and like this you can see the game played by a third party, and somebody else that tells you that the game is awesome, and it's not us. So that's good.
Yeah.
And if they stay here, in some minutes, we will connect with Fernando from Token Synapse, and we will be showcasing a game of Stress Gotics, which is a real brain burner. If you are into heavy Euro games,
Yep.
you should check it out.
And it has robots, and it's set in space.
And they're mining.
So it's very good. Okay, guys. So let's call it a wrap up. I think we will be streaming more of Peak Oil Profiteer during the weekend. You know that there's the Board Game House playthrough coming up soon. Tomorrow we'll have the Q&A and the making of with Tobias and Heiko. We'll be doing also a playthrough. I think it will be the three of us, right? If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that somewhere in this weekend I will also be dating and like challenging the bot on a solo playthrough that I will be doing with the physical prototype that we have here, and also demos going all during the weekend. So guys, Alex, thanks a lot for doing this very good preview of the campaign page. Álvaro, also thank you for your wonderful input as usual, and and that's it. No, let's say bye bye to the audience.
Bye. Thank you.